What's up, YouTube? Wanted to give a quick little PSA before this episode of Snap Crackle Pod. Trevor and I had to take a little hiatus, and coming back, some things are messed up. I'm trying a new system out, and there are some growing pains. I know my video is stuttering during this. I think I call it episode 12, and it's actually episode 11, so, what are you going to do? And there's some audio issues, but we are going to get that all figured out, hopefully, for next week, but I wanted to get this one out as well. So, just listen to it, or if you don't mind the crazy video, there's still some cool stuff in there. So, hope you enjoy this fun episode with some growing pains of Snap Crackle Pod. What's up, YouTube? And welcome back to season 2 of Snap Crackle Pod. No added sugar in this cereal, which is good because reasons. Trevor, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I had a nice little vacation. I guess a hiatus from Marvel Snap, but we're back better than ever, baby. Yeah, Snap Crackle Pod, 100 seasons, 4,000 episodes.
Hey, we're making our way there. Definitely have more episodes than we used to have at the beginning of the podcast, so that's good. Yeah, so we've been gone for about a month. So I guess catch us up real quick on your life. Anything new?
I don't think anything's new, man. Just been grinding at work. I've been running a ton because I got a half marathon this Saturday. That's been taking up a lot of my time. I think that's why I kind of took a step back from games in general, including Snap, unfortunately. I think it was a healthy step back. But that's pretty much all that's changed. I started getting back in the Snap last week, so I got some updates, but they're nothing crazy. I'll have some more coming forward. So yeah, man, it's good to be back.
That's awesome. I guess then I'll start with first of all, nothing new in my life. Same old. But what's popping in Snap? I'll start off since you just gave a little update on your life. I just hit Infinite yesterday. So that's pretty cool. I was excited to get there, and it was a real struggle. I got so one of the new cards that we'll talk about that came out a couple weeks ago or last week, Man Spider. Really flew through the 70s, 80s, but then I got stuck in the 90s, ended up trying a bunch of stuff, and eventually just built this Arishem deck that was just every tech card in the game pretty much, plus Galactus and Eliath, and it worked well enough. Got me over the hump, and now I'm just chilling in Infinite trying to figure out some new videos. And yeah, YouTube channel's doing really great right now, so it's been a lot of fun, and thanks for all the new subscribers.
Yeah,
how about you? What's popping?
Sounds like your YouTube channel is what's popping right now.
Yeah, it's doing well. Very thankful.
What's popping for me, man? I don't really have an update, really. I just started to get back into Snap and played probably somewhere between 10 to 15 games over the last few days, just trying to grind and get myself back into it. I just need a couple objectives to keep me steady, and I feel that getting back on podcast is gonna kick me into gear, so I'll be good here soon.
Nice. Well, that's awesome to hear. Glad to have you back. Glad to talk a little bit of Snap with you. Which brings us to our very Snap related question of the week. Trevor, it's your question. You go ahead and ask it.
Hey man, it doesn't always have to be a Snap question. I feel like it could get a little stale, like a
sure.
phone. Like
yes.
Yeah, you see what
yes. I do.
My question of the week for the audience and whoever feels so inclined to comment would be, what is the greatest man-made invention of all time? Now it has to be man-made. It can't just naturally occur. So I feel like a fire is just out of the question. Some people would say, oh, just fire is one of the greatest inventions of all time. Fire technically existed before man. So I feel like that would not be in the spirit of the question. So it'd be something like, I don't know, AI or something like that. Something literally man-made.
Not that one.
That's not my answer. It's not my answer. I'm just giving you an example.
So with the go ahead.
I have like a few answers, but I'll just give one of them. I was thinking about this for a while, and I thought air conditioning. is quite literally one of the greatest inventions of all, man-made inventions of all time, because people literally die every day from just overheating and being out in the elements all the time, especially during summer or the hot periods of the year. And it's just crazy when you look into how many people actually die. There were people in Europe that were dying this past summer because of how hot it was if people didn't have AC. So AC definitely keeps the world cool. And I don't know how I would live without AC. So therefore, it's on my list.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Can't argue with that. I mean, that's one of those things that, like, I don't think you can spend too much money on keeping your house cool. Like, it's a miserable experience being too hot. Of course, depends on where you are in the country, where you are in the world, but I'm totally with you. My mind immediately went to the wheel because you're talking about fire, and it's like, that's man-made, right? Like, I mean, it's not naturally occurring. I guess there are naturally occurring wheel-shaped things, but to be able to, like, actually put that on vehicles, move things around easier, transport tolls, whatever. I guess that's where my mind goes. I mean, the computer, like the microchip, is probably the real answer. Just that's the reason for all of the gigantic advancements in, like, everything from medicine to, technology, entertainment even. So it's probably that.
I feel like a couple good answers as well be the internet, obviously, because we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. We wouldn't be conversing, and we would not even have a podcast to talk about anything. So I say the internet definitely up there. Another one would be refrigerators. The ability to preserve foods for a long period of time is just so convenient, and obviously for the longest time that wasn't a thing, where they had to go about different ways to keep their food cool or preserve. So those are the first three things that came to my mind.
Yeah, I get you. I'm with you. All right, well, that's our thoughts. Let us know what you think down in the comments below if you're so inclined. Well, topic 2, let's catch you up on what you missed. I'm thinking like a rapid fire, going through some of the cards, get your, like, just surface level thoughts on them. We could even go like a sentence on each one, because there's a lot of cards to talk about before we get into this week's cards. So let's start off to the season that you missed. Basically, we're already through it. We missed an entire season of zombies. The Marvel zombie season. It's interesting. Starting off, let's talk about Headpool. Now, this was you don't know about Headpool?
No, that's funny though.
Yeah, this was I believe this was the super premium season pass card, so maybe not as many out there, but it's basically become a destroy staple. It's just another 1 cost you can destroy, but it actually goes back to your hand, buffs the whole hand, and then you can play it again, do it again. So it's just, over time, a lot of points. It's not going to scale as crazy as a Deadpool, obviously, but it's nice to have another target in case you don't see that Deadpool early.
Okay. Very, very creative on the Headpool. Was Headpool prominent in the movies, or is it just something they create for the zombies?
There is a Headpool in, I believe it's Wolverine, the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie. But I wouldn't say it's prominent. It's kind of just a sight gag. But whatever. Maybe he shows up in the comments. I don't know. Our comics I have not read. Not read a lot of them. But that's Headpool. Next, let's talk about Zombie Scarlet Witch. This is probably what I should have led with. This is the season pass card with the fun little brains borders. I don't know if you've seen those out there. Zombie Scarlet Witch is the linchpin card of the Horde archetype. There's like a handful of cards that operate the Horde, essentially. We didn't talk about Horde on this podcast, but essentially when you play a card that has Horde, it will create a zombie Horde. The next card you play with Horde on it will just add to that Horde, and you're scaling up your zombie Horde, but it's just 1 card. It's like a token card. So Zombie Scarlet Witch is the card that's going to allow you to do Horde multiple times by playing cards at that location, kind of like an Angela would. This card actually released kind of undertuned, and they buffed it up to a 3/4. So now it's doing its job in horde-based decks, but I would say it's pretty good now.
Cool beans. Yeah, I actually got to play against a few horde cards. I think right before the season ended, I played a few games, so I did get some experience. I was like, what the heck is this? I didn't even know how to go about, quote unquote, defending it, so I didn't understand it.
Yeah. There's not too much defense. Shadow King, Shang-Chi if it gets too big, but it's a 0-cost card, so Killmonger does not affect it, but definitely intentional on their part. That's Zombie Scarlet Witch. Next, let's talk about Zombie Captain Marvel. This is not a horde card. Instead, it has an activate. It destroys the other cards at that location to give Zombie Captain Marvel +3 for each, and then it moves to a location that you're losing. Kind of like the OG Captain Marvel that moves to win you the game. Doesn't quite do that, but this card definitely landed in a weak spot. Not seeing a lot of people play it. I played it in a deck, a Morgan Le Fay deck, and it was okay. I don't know. Not as good as it seems like it would be from the text. It's a little clunky.
I could definitely see that being a 4/4 as well, and an activate. You know, you're not seeing the effect until what, turn 5 anyway.
Yep, turn 5 at the earliest usually, so a little tricky to play. That's Zombie Captain Marvel. Next card is another horde card. This one's really cool because it is a skill, and it's just straight up 1-cost skill, horde 3 when you play it. I think that the power of this card is, obviously it's good in the horde archetype, but you can play it a lot of places. A lot of places want you to play cards, on reveal cards, like a Werewolf by Night deck, or decks that want you to play multiple cards on top of them for whatever reason. That makes the Hunger just a good, cheap skill that is well statted for power. You know, 1/3 is really good. So I think the Hunger is a very solid card.
I dig it.
You dig it. You're hungry for it. Next, let's talk about Zombie Sentry.
They're zombies, so dig. You got a dish.
You know what? That's good. That's good.
Nice.
I like it. These are revealing a little out of order for some reason, but Zombie Sentry was the last horde card to come out. It was in a limited time game mode. Zombie Sentry 3/4 on reveal. It's going to give you horde +1 for each card at the right location, kind of keying off the sentry mechanic of putting something in the right location. The void. I mean, this card, it's okay if you spend your first 2 turns putting stuff in the right location, then you play this there, you're giving horde 3. If you manage to get 4 cards, it's horde 4, but that's basically all it does. Nothing too much to write about here.
Yeah, you're not going to win a game with this card. Just a deck centered around that card is what we're trying to get at.
Totally. Let's talk about, before we go to Zombie Galacti, let's talk real quick about Zombie Mr. Fantastic. This card, well, I mean, it's on stats alone. It's a 2/2. It's going to on reveal give you a horde +2, so 2/4. Then it has an activate that can give 4 of your created cards +1 power. So to really take advantage of its full stat line of a possible 2/8, you're going to need to play a bunch of created cards, and it only will, hit each one once. It's not going to like stack +1 power 4 times on one created card. So it doesn't ever fully get there unless you're playing some kind of like a Victoria hand deck or something that just generates a lot of cards. I think it's okay. I think it's pretty good. I think a lot of people aren't as big a fan of it as me.
I feel like it's very specific.
Yeah, it's pretty specific. No question. All right, and then finally for the zombie season, let's talk about Zombie Galacti. This card is a lot to take in. It is really a terrible card, to be honest. Cost 7, so straight out the gate, you can't play this unless you're ramping or you are playing like Magic or something. And then at the start of the game, it chooses 6 random cards in your deck and gives them like a green halo. And then whenever you play this card, it will turn those cards into copies of this. Just 7/4. Obviously, the play is that you buff this card up either in hand or you play like Shuri before it, and then you play a lot of cheap cards with low power so that you're hopefully boosting them up to like 8 power at the end of the game, 6 cards. But you might not draw all those cards. You might have trouble getting Zombie Galacti. You might not be able to buff him enough. And you might not even have the energy to play it. So, yeah, definitely little rough release.
That sounds pretty rough. That was going to be my exact word too, was rough.
Yeah. There are times, like, I played around with it just to do the weekend missions, and I think I got him up to a 7-28 a couple times. So that can be fun. The problem with this card is that if it's too good, it's terrible to play against because you can't really stop it other than a Cosmo. And if it's too weak, then it is where it is right now. So, like, it's tough balance. But yeah, that's Zombie Galacti. Let's talk real quickly about the season's cards that have revealed so far. First, you've got, let's see where we're starting. Spider-Punk is the season pass card. This is a spider season, by the way. Spider-Punk, 3/3. You can move this card once, kind of like Jeff. When it moves to a location, you steal 2 power from the highest power enemy there. Thoughts on this before I get into it?
Stealing 2 power from the highest enemy. Okay, first off, I really like the idea of Spider-Punk. I just want to say that. I think that's pretty fun. But
Yeah.
You can move it once. I don't really have any thoughts. I don't know. I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What I will say about this card is I think the easy comparison is with Human Torch, because Human Torch is also a 3/3 that you want to move a lot. Obviously, when you move Human Torch like 4 or 5 times, it's going to way outscale Spider-Punk. But Spider-Punk maybe works in a different style of move deck where, like, you're not looking to go crazy and build a gigantic Human Torch that's kind of, susceptible to destruction. You're just trying to get a lot of medium stats on the board, and Spider-Punk can fit in well there because every time it moves, you're essentially giving it +4 by reducing the enemy by 2, boosting him by 2, and you can move it on its own once, but then you obviously can move it other ways, Heimdall, Ghost Spider, whatever. So it can get pretty sizable, and I think it's good in that style of deck. It's just Human Torch probably needs a nerf before this card really gets a chance to stand on its own, in my opinion.
So it's not like placement for Human Torch, but there's some overlap.
Yes, yeah, I would say so. That's Spider-Punk. Then the premium season pass extra card is Man Spider. This card definitely is one that I severely underrated on first glance. I didn't realize just how powerful this can be because it is a 5/1. You merge it into the last card you played when you play it, and when it merges, you double. Which to me, I thought that meant that was it. So, like, let's say that you play a Electro, 3/5. Next turn, you have 5 energy now. You can play this. It will merge. It will become a 5/6 that then doubles to a 5/12. But then you're getting rid of the Electro, so you get rid of that negative, and that's cool. I was like, yeah, 5/12, it's pretty good. But then let's say that you throw a Hulkbuster on top and merge it. It will then get that 3 power, become a 5/15 that then doubles to a 5/30. And then let's say the next turn you throw a Chimichanga on it. It's any time this merges, not just the time you play it. So if you then Chimichanga into it, it will then double again up to a 5/68 or whatever. So it can really get out of hand. Like I said, I played this deck all the way to the mid 90s before people, I think, realized what was going on and started teching a lot more Shadow King and Shang-Chi against me. But then you Taskmaster at the end of the game, you Arnim Zola it and double it up, and it's a powerful card, but obviously you can deal with it.
That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. You should check out my gameplay highlights on my YouTube channel of it. It's a good one.
Will do.
All right, that's Man Spider. Let's talk about Web Sling. This is in the vein. Oh, lost it. In the vein of the Hunger, a 1-cost skill on reveal, it tells you that next turn you can move one of your cards away from here. It's kind of like a little bread and butter move card. I don't play a lot of moves, so I have not even messed with this. You can see we're still on the common border here. So I don't have a lot of thoughts about Web Sling other than I think it probably is a fine little utility piece for a move deck.
Yeah, definitely. If you're really rocking a lot of move, I can see this just being a low cost effort. If you're not able to move things, you're not drawing the right cards, this could just be a quick little fix to move things along a little bit better.
Yeah, totally. And then our last card before we get into this week's cards is the Superior Spider-Man. Fun fact, this is actually Doc Ock, who has taken over Peter's body in the comics, so that's why he's got kind of the Doc Ocky looking things. 3/4 at the start of each turn, you get +1 energy if you have any cards with increased power in play. So anything with essentially green power, like let's say you play a Nebula and they don't play on it, that will now have increased power, which means every turn Superior Spider-Man will give you +1 energy. Yeah, thoughts?
My mind immediately went to Blue Marvel, I guess, for some reason, but I guess that's a 5 card, so I mean, you want to take advantage of the Superior Spider-Man a little bit earlier in the round, or the game, I should say, if you can, just to take full advantage and really get that whole entire buff there. But I think it's a fun card. Like, I would love to try to find a deck in which this would work well. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have a deck that is basically trying to get me from turn 3 to turn 5. So I have like Luna Snow, a bunch of cards that ramp, and then I have a ton of really powerful 5-drops that I just play the rest of the game. So that's where I'm trying to make him work. But I think he's good. I think he has a ton of potential, and it's only going to get better as more cards release. All right, let's move directly into next topic, which is the 2 cards that just released. We won't spend too much time on this because I know you've got a fun topic to get to as well. Let's talk about Ezekiel Sims. This is the Series 5 card that released on Tuesday. It is a 2/2, and along with the spider themes, cards moving around, when you play a card with higher power at his location, it gets +2 power, the Ezekiel Sims does, and moves to another location. So kind of like a Silk, but one that can scale higher than Silk, as long as you continue to play higher power things on top of it.
Yeah, I feel like you could really make this work every single turn. You could really get your deck set up so you can play around this card and keep moving, especially if you have like Craven on the map or had a location to just keep building up that Craven or any other cards in the deck.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a Craven card. I definitely agree. Not exactly my playstyle of card, but I think this actually has some potential outside of move decks as well, just as a card that scales on its own, because as long as you have high enough power stuff and you can curve out, like you can get this alone up to like a 2/8, 2/10, and that seems pretty good to me. So that's Ezekiel Sims. And finally, let's talk Chameleon. Chameleon is a Series 4 card that released this week. Definitely one that I've been looking forward to because I love copying things. I love cards like Mystique and Prodigy, and this is just another copy card, but with a limitation. 3/3 that on reveal, you can copy the text of another card here that you revealed this turn. So you have to play it alongside the card you're copying, which means unless you have a lot of extra energy for whatever reason, you're kind of limited into what cards this can copy. But I think there are some creative ways to think outside the box with this, because it's not a card you played this turn, it's a card you revealed. So let's say you play like Invisible Woman. That means you can maybe then stack Chameleon with a 5 and a 6 or something. If you get tricky, figure it out, get 7 turns and get one of those bigger cards to copy.
What if you play the Superior Spider-Man turn? What's the cost of Superior Spider-Man? 3?
3, yeah.
3. You play that in turn 3, and you build up your energy. You play Chameleon turn 6 alongside with Iron Man. Sneak that in there for 8 energy, which I'm assuming you would have if you're doing everything correctly, and then you could copy the text of Iron Man.
So Superior Spider-Man only gives you 1 extra energy on the turn. It doesn't continue to go up. So you don't get the 8. Yeah. But there are ways to get to 8. We can figure that out. Or you just play your Iron Man on turn 5, and on turn 6 you play Mystique copying the Iron Man and Chameleon copying the Mystique. So there you go.
I was trying to think outside the box of cards that I'm just learning about. So
No, I like it. I like it. It's a good show.
Shame on me for trying to think outside the box.
No shame on you. Chameleon is definitely a me card, and I'm gonna find a time to play him, and maybe he makes it into my Mr. Fantastic combo deck. I don't know. It doesn't quite work there. I don't want to be copying a cheap card. I want to be copying Onslaught, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's the card. That was a lot of cards, but we made our way through all of them. So good for us. We're all caught up. We're ready to hit the ground running again for season 2.
All right. Well, I believe I'm introducing the next topic because it was my idea. All right.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought of this, but I thought it'd be interesting to talk through some of these situations there. This topic is all about situations, and I'm putting you in these situations, and I want you to...
Okay.
It has to do with Marvel Snap. It's not just random.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So basically how this is going to work is based on a given scenario that I give you. You have to call upon one Marvel Snap character, share who it is, to get you out of or help you in that situation. So
Okay.
you have the endless list, and I know you have a wealth of knowledge of all the cards in Marvel Snap. So I'm sure you'll come up with a decent answer, and I'm sure there is a better answer. But we're going to start off with situation 1. You were getting a little bit too adventurous. And you were maybe in Arizona, I don't know. You were on a butte and you're hanging off of a cliff by both your hands. So you pretty much, all you have to do is say the Marvel Snap character and they'll show up and they'll get you out of that situation. So you're literally at a cliffhanger. Who you call? And it better not be Ghostbusters because they're not in Marvel Snap.
No, I got you. I got this one. This one's easy. I am picking Miss Pepper Potts.
What?
I'm thinking rescue. Yeah, man. I need a rescue. What are you talking about? Like, that's easy. I'm hanging from a cliff. She got the Iron Man suit. She can just come down, grab me. We're good. Like, I don't know. First thought that came into my mind. I need an airborne rescue right there in the name.
Fair enough. Well, that was a quicker answer than I expected. Are you ready for number 2?
I'm ready.
All right, I got 3 for you. They're just random scenarios. Second one. You are at your local tax place, doing your taxes, trying to get everything filed. You guys can't figure out a solution. You need your taxes filed, man. Who are you calling on at the moment to help you file your taxes?
I'm between 2.
It better not be high.
No, I'm between 2. The first one would be leader. Look at the brain. Look at the... I mean, somewhere in there is extensive knowledge of the tax code. I have no doubt. So leader was the first thought. My second thought is my boy Prodigy. Again, in the name. Prodigy's got it. He's got the tax code gloves on here. He's ready to get me to the standard deduction. Whatever he's got to do, he's on top of it.
Okay. Situation 3. Also, your answers have been fantastic at this point. Situation 3 is not really like a bad situation. You get a call from somebody in Hollywood, and they want to have you be the sidekick to a superhero. But you get to choose who that superhero is, that you get to fight crime alongside. Who you choosing?
Oh, that's a tougher one. Does it have to be a hero? Can it be a villain? Can it be a Suicide Squad?
I said any Marvel Snap character.
You did. All right. Let's go with Jeff the Baby Land Shark.
Jeff.
I just think it'd be...
Jeff.
Are you kidding me? Who would you rather team up with than Jeff? Jeff, listen. Let's say we're going out on the town after a hard day's work saving people's lives. We get to the club, and they say, you're not allowed in here. You guys aren't on the guest list. Guess what? Nothing can stop us from moving Jeff into any location. Jeff is getting us wherever we want to go. Jeff is all. Jeff is undeniable. Jeff is inevitable. So, hanging out with Jeff, man.
Did you actually use Jeff's text as part of your answer too?
Of course. Naturally.
That was definitely the best answer. I was not expecting Jeff. I was expecting something else, but not Jeff.
How can you not love Jeff?
I never said I don't love Jeff. It wasn't my first thought, but I'm glad it was yours.
Yes.
How do you like my new topic, my new segment?
I love it. What are your answers to the three? Do you got quick answers to those?
Oh, no, man. I don't know all the Marvel Snap characters. This section is specifically tailored to you, because
Okay, all right.
Going to be way more interesting.
All right, fair enough. I'm with it.
We'll throw it in every once in a while. It doesn't have to be a weekly thing, but if we're trying to spice things up, 3 situations, go.
I like it. All right, I'm cool with it. All right, let's move on to blind ranking then. Are you ready with your 5? Because I'm ready with mine. I can go first.
I think you should bring up your 5 first, because I kind of just had a segment for you. So let's do a little back and forth here.
All right, so let's start off with the first card. This is, hopefully you've played this card or played against this card. I mean, I don't think you have it yet. First card is Legion.
Legion. We face each other location with this one. You know what? I've seen it used against me. I've seen it be really, really effective against me. I don't think there's been one time where it wasn't effective against me, and it's ticked me off so many times. But I think there's a lot of value in this card. I'm gonna put it at 2. Usually I'm putting the first card somewhere in the 3 to 4 region because I'm being cautious, but I'm gonna put it at 2 because I feel like you got some junk in here.
Maybe. Who can say? Nobody really knows. Next card. It's not even a character. It's a plane. It's a vehicle. It's Quinjet.
Give me 5, Captain. Put it at the bottom. I don't care about
Wow.
Unless it's Archer Aviation, man, I don't want it.
Okay. All right. At 5. That's fair enough. I understand.
I may or may not have some stock in Archer Aviation. That's why.
Couldn't tell. I really couldn't. All right, 5. That'll be interesting to see how you square that with this card then. Let's talk about Mantis. You've definitely seen Mantis before, right? This is a Series 1 staple.
No, not Mantis. Mantis is trash 4.
Mantis is trash. I can't believe Mantis has not seen a buff. They tried reworking this card a little bit. It's still terrible. So, all right, 4. I'm down with it. All right, so you got 2 cards left. The next card, it is everybody's favorite card. It's a classic. This is a little tricky because it's Shang-Chi, but it is not old Shang-Chi. The new Shang-Chi, 1 card only destroys 110 power plus card. What you got?
Shang-Chi. I feel like you got some trickery up your sleeves. You try to trap me by putting Shang-Chi in here as the 4th card. I feel like you got something nice for me. And this is the new Shang-Chi, correct me if I'm wrong. So we're going to put Shang-Chi at number 3 only because it rhymes.
Oh, Shang-Chi at 3.
I'm feeling spicy.
Shang 3, if you will. Okay, well that leaves you, you got your number 1 left, right? All right, so this might be a bit of a reveal to you as well. I don't know if you know this card has been buffed in the OTA. It's M'Baku. It's been buffed to a 1/3. I don't know if you've ever seen an M'Baku out in the wild.
I've seen
probably
M'Baku.
famous for being one of the worst cards in the game, but that was at a 1/2. Now at a 1/3, I don't know. It's marginally more playable. I'm playing it in my Airsham deck because it's less likely to actually get drawn. And then if you do draw it, it's a 1/3. It's okay. But if you don't, at the end of the game, he pops out there and wins you games sometimes. It's a beautiful thing.
I would have probably put him at 3, Shang-Chi at 2, Legion at 1. I feel like Legion's a really fun card. I'm not terribly depressed
Yeah.
about my list because honestly, at the end of the day, Mantis and Quinjet are 4 and 5, so I'm chilling on that, but a little mad.
Dude, Quinjet, you're missing out on Quinjet. Quinjet's amazing.
It's just air crash.
I know, but the card is amazing.
I feel no emotions for any aircraft in this game. None.
That you don't have stock in. I know. Okay.
That I don't have stock in. And yes, this is an endorsement for my new microphone.
Hey, it's doing a wonderful job. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna get these video issues sorted too.
Yeah, I can even mute.
Nobody knows what he's even saying.
Yeah, but all I have to do is tab back, see the red light, we're good to go. Bada bing, bada boom. Keep going. What do we got?
All right, that's it. It's your turn. I ranked all. You ranked all mine.
It's my turn. There. Got to give a little bit of a warning here. A little bit of a warning. There may or may not be a theme to this, but I don't think you're going to be able to figure out what the theme is.
Hit me.
It's a big spicy meatball, and no, that's not your first card. Your first card is drum roll. Can I get a drum roll?
Great audio. Great audio.
Mantis.
Is it actually Mantis?
Yeah, it's Mantis.
All right. I mean, 5. It's a 5. I've never actively put this card in a deck, and I've been playing the game for so long. I feel like I cannot put it anywhere other than I think I put every other card in the game in a deck at least, and Mantis has never been in a deck. It's 5.
Even Rock Slide?
Oh yeah, Rock Slide's great in Darkhawk decks. You kidding me?
Yeah, that's why I was so astonished when you said Mantis. I was like, surely we're not going to have one of the same cards.
Yep.
Number 2, we have Martyr.
Martyr. Oh, is the theme terrible 1-drops? Because I'm feeling a theme here. Jeez, Martyr. Martyr's like a card that I feel like I should play in my Cerebro 5 deck, but every time I do, it screws me over. So, 4? Yeah,
Okay.
4.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We got 4 and 5 locked up. Mantis.
I'm ready for a 1-drop. Give it to me.
Your third card is going to be Master Mold.
Okay. Not a 1-drop. I've played this card a lot in exactly one deck. It was a deck that tried to just throw a bunch of junk in my opponent's hand and ruin their day. Play Ronin. I don't know, man. Master Mold, I don't...
It sounds like you're putting this at 3. By the way,
I'm putting it at 3. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put it at 3. I've never gone 5-4-3. Let's see what we do here after.
Bet. Okay, pause though. Have you figured out the theme yet?
Master Mold and Martyr. Yeah, M names, obviously, right?
No, that's too obvious. Number 4, we have Mr. Negative.
It's M. It's M. Mr. Negative, man. I'm very tempted to put Mr. Negative at 1. I only have 2 choices, so it's not a huge surprise. I definitely played a ton of Mr. Negative in the past. I got a little bored of it because it's kind of the same thing. Let's put it at 1. Let's put it at 1.
Mr. Negative at number.
We're gonna break the cycle. I like a good Mr. Negative, even though he's obnoxious.
Number 5.
What you got?
Are you ready? Are you confident
I'm ready.
in this theme?
Not anymore.
For your last card to rank, we're going with Cerebro.
Oh,
Just kidding. It's Mobium M Mobius.
okay. All right. Yeah, so it's M's, right? It's M's. Very subtle theme.
Definitely not.
Jet Ski Mobius is my number 2. That's fine. I would have definitely put negative. You know, the funny thing about these being the last 2 is Mobius is the most direct counter to a Mr. Negative deck. Because if your opponent plays Mobius, none of your cards actually flip after you play Mr. Negative, and you're just dead in the water. So
I knew that.
you that's why you did it. It was definitely all, definitely all intentional.
I've been doing.
Love it. Ooh, I could definitely read that on the 6 megapixels. All right, well, that's blind ranking, which brings us to the end of the show, everybody. I know it's been a wonderful homecoming. Thank you all for watching this video. Thanks for hanging out on the channel. We appreciate it so much. I guess next week, if we're back, we're going to try to get all this figured out, and we'll talk about some new spider cards, some cool stuff coming out. I think there's a limited time game mode actually starting probably the day this goes up, depending on when I upload it. We got a little high voltage action, and then later in the season we have Sanctum Showdown. So we didn't even get to talk about Grand Arena, by the way, that you maybe played in last month.
One match.
Okay, so
Herbie.
but we got that. Herbie, of course, your boy. But yeah, that's all that we have for this episode, other than, first of all, any non-Marvel Snap advice, Trevor.
I definitely did have something going into this, but we talked about so much good stuff that I just forgot what it was. So go touch grass.
I was gonna say, live in the moment, maybe. Like, there it is, right? It's in the lessons right there.
Also,
I love it.
A really good bit of advice. Whenever you're eating candy and it has alcohol sugars in it, it just means you're gonna poop a lot.
It's good to know.
So if you don't want to poop a lot, don't eat Taco and alcohol sugar.
Alcohol sugar.
AKA. Okay, first, no, we need to backtrack. I know this is the end, but who has ever had non-sugar cereal?
Me? What do you mean?
I've never heard of it.
Well, first of all, I said no sugar added. So things like Wheaties, Total, grape nuts. You know? First of all, grape nuts are trash. I thought I was being healthy. I tried them out. Maybe I didn't let them soak long enough in the milk, but some of the worst stuff I've ever put in my mouth. I understand that they're not supposed to taste amazing. Maybe I needed to put some fruit in it. I don't know. Trash, though.
Again, I know this is the end of the episode. Grape nuts or Haribo gummy bears?
It's harsh. You know my well-documented dislike of Haribo gummy bears, but I would still take them over the grape nuts. I never want to see grape nuts again. So.
Okay, one more thing. I wish I could take your mom's brownies and not cut them into tiny little brownies and just have a whole entire sheet and just shovel it into my mouth, like a whole entire tray of brownies, no cutting.
We could probably make that happen. Yeah, we could probably figure that out. We can make that happen.
I'd be there. I would definitely. I leave for work if that were to be there. Okay, I'm sorry. End of the episode. Episode 12. Ryan, send us out.
Yeah, that's all we got. Check out Trevor's channel as well. I should say T Young Moolah. Some of his really good album reviews. I don't know if you're still putting those up in the last month since I've seen you, but if you are, go check them out. Check out Marvel Snap deck guides here on my channel. You have one? Well, that's good. Keep doing it, everybody. Check out all that stuff, all the good YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. We appreciate you joining us for the ride. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.
Trevor and Ryan, Snap Crackle Pod, 100 seasons.
No question. I'm all about it.
What do you feel like you know better, Marvel Snap or your wife?
My wife, obviously. And she's Stardew Valleying. She doesn't even know this is happening, so there's no, like...
What?
He asked what I know better, my wife or Marvel Snap.
That's a tough one.
She said that's a tough one, which is really uncharitable to me. But you know what's really funny is I never even checked if this was episode 12. Maybe it was 11.
It was definitely 11
That's funny.
for a fact. I don't even have to look.
Like, yeah, I'm orange. No, I'm pink. I'm having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
That was really hard to say, like Elmo. Balsamic vinegar, what you know about that?